There was a period when my sister Karri often used the word afraid in our conversations. So much so that I was concerned. As a single mother of an adult with special needs, a lot was going on in her life, and still is. So one would think saying she was afraid was normal and natural. Our body changes to attune to the meaning of the words we use. When we say we are afraid, this alerts the brain to use our recipes for fear. Watching the toll her fears were taking on her, and what I had learned about how we construct emotions, I devised the Karri Bear to help her manage her fears. One day, after she mentioned she was afraid something she thought could happen, I asked her, if you were camping and had all your food secured high in a tree and a bear-resistant food bag, would you stay up all night worried about a bear coming into the campground? No, she responded. Then why are you afraid of things that haven't happened yet? I explained that until the bear shows up, you are just needlessly guessing. Then I took Karri through these scenarios. In the middle of the night, while sleeping in your tent, you hear the sound of crushing leaves and the break of small branches. A feeling of curiosity leads you to determine it's a small animal or the wind. No need to get out of bed. Now you hear louder noises, seemingly from a larger animal. You peek out the tent door and cautiously look around. Now you see a deer. Not a big deal, and go back to bed. Some time goes by, and now the sounds are louder, along with some animal noises that sound like a bear. But no bear is visible. The possibility of the bear has increased, and so now you are on cautious alert. Once you see a bear in the campground, that is the time for fear and taking appropriate action. For instance, you are never to run from a bear. Instead, stand still and slowly back away after the bear stops moving towards you. You can try to scare the bear away by making loud noises or yelling, banging pots and pans, or using an air horn. Each scenario produces a different level of stress hormones, a progression with fear being at the higher end. If you think of hot sauces, each pepper has varying degrees of heat, from the milder sauces made with sugar or honey to reduce the spiciness, to the full-on fire-in-your-mouth ghost pepper sauce. There are also degrees of heat in our stress states. If you have taken precautions, why should you lie awake all night, afraid that a bear might enter the campground? What is it going to do to your sleep and your body if, without any noise, you think, a bear? Nothing good. After this conversation, when she would say she was afraid of something that could happen, I would ask her, is there a bear in the campground? It would always get her to stop to evaluate, and usually there wasn't a bear. Getting a no response was not the goal. Getting her to assess the situation more critically was the intent. Perhaps you can use this approach, asking in a highly anxious state, is there a bear in the campground? More importantly, is it worth the energy consumption? Instead of jumping to a worst-case scenario, paying attention to the details of what is going on, zooming out to see the bigger picture can help you from wasting valuable energy. It can create a pattern of behavior that, when added up, can be lucrative energy savings for the body and the brain.